Hey guys, all right, so I need to make this lesson remotely, and I apologize for that, but here we go. All right, so if you'll take out your notes for 2.5, as you're seeing up on the screen, there are three different forms of linear equations that you have dealt with so far. The first one is y equals mx plus b, otherwise known as slope-intercept form. The second one is y minus y sub 1 m times x minus x sub 1. This is point slope form. And the last one is ax plus by equals c, and this is called standard form. And the whole goal today is for us to be able to switch from one form to another. So if you're looking at example 1, it says write each equation in the stated form. Okay, so currently, if you're looking at example at A, it's in point slope form, and we want this in slope intercept form. So what we're going to do here is we're going to distribute the 6, which gets rid of the parentheses. And then I'm just going to move this -4 to this side. And if you remember, moving something from one side to the other side means that you're going to change the sign. Excuse me. And then combining like terms, we get 6x plus 3. Okay, moving over here. If I'm trying to switch this into standard form, all that means is I need the x and the y on the same side. So I'm going to move this to that side, giving me 2x plus y equals 5. Okay, if I move over here, part C, I want this in slope-intercept form, so that means I need to get rid of the parentheses. Distributing the 1/4 to the A, I get -2. And then I need to move this to this side, which becomes a positive when I move it over there. And then when I combine these two like terms, I get half x plus 1. Okay, here just a reminder, for standard form there can be no fractions. So the first thing that I want to do is to multiply everything by 3. So I get 3y equals -2x plus 8. And then I need the x and the y on the same side. So this is going to move over here, becoming positive. And now I have it in standard form. Okay, moving on to example 2. Given a point and a slope, sometimes called a gradient, we're going to use the point slope form or slope-intercept form. All right, here we go. So let's see, example 2. Write the equation of the line with the given point and slope in slope-intercept form. Okay, the easiest way to do that is to start with point slope. So I'm going to call this x sub 1 and this y sub 1. So then when I do this, y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. All I have to do is distribute. And then move this -5 to this side, which makes it positive. Okay, sort of the same situation here. This is my x sub 1, this is my y sub 1. So y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. Kind of a lot of negatives to deal with here. Distributing gives me -3x minus 6. And then I got to move that -1 to the other side. And I'm going to apologize for my husband coughing in the background. All right, and so then this is x sub 1, this is y sub 1. Here's my m minus x sub 1. I'm going to distribute -4x plus 4, and then I'm going to move that 6 to the other side. So +4 plus 6 gives me 10. Okay, so moving on to example 3. This is asking us to write this in gradient-intercept form, which is slope-intercept form. This, since it says gradient, is our m. And since this is our point, that's our x sub 1 and y sub 1. So y minus the y that I have is equal to m times x minus the x. And that's all I need to do because it's asking it for this particular form. I don't need to put it in slope-intercept. Now this one's asking for standard form. So if this is m, right there, and this is my x sub 1 and my y sub 1, I'm going to start with point-slope form. Y minus y is equal to m times x minus x. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. And then I want the x and the y on the same side, so that's going to move over here, giving me negative 3x plus y plus 3 equals 12. And then when I move this to the other side, again, I'm just trying to make it look like the right form, I get 9. Okay, now this last little bit is going to depend on your calculator. Mostly what I want you to see is if this is one of your ordered pairs, you can see it right here in the calculator screen. And if this is your second ordered pair, you can see it right here in your calculator screen. So the x's are going in list 1 and the y's, sorry about that, there we go. The x's are going in list 1, the y's are going in list 2. And if you find a linear regression, okay, which is under the stat menu, you will be able to figure out what the A and the B are. All right, so notice, and probably the most important part here is right here. This is not working. There we go, right there. The form is ax plus b. So instead of m, you're looking for a. Excuse me. So when you put everything into the calculator, it'll kick out what A is and what B is based on those two ordered pairs, right? So the equation is y equals ax plus b. So for example 5, if you did it right in your calculator, you should get y equals negative 0.194x plus 8.097. And for the next one, it should be y equals negative 3x plus 17. I should be back tomorrow and can answer all your questions if you have any. Thank you for your understanding.